Alright, well today I have the QB-57, what I would call the scoped air rifle. It's a .117 side crank style air gun. They say it shoots 650 feet per second, and yeah, when I bought it, it was basically a piece of crap, so I completely rebuilt everything that needed to be rebuilt. The hanger that holds the stock on broke off within the first shot, so I put a new long bolt in that was able to catch the actual rifle and pull it down onto the stock instead of threaded into that hanger, which they had a shorter bolt. The longer one was able to thread into the exact hole that was on the gun itself, so I kind of lucked out that way. I didn't have to do any drilling or tapping. Now this is considered a takedown. It's got a threaded section here that I thread backwards, as you can see, and now this is wiggly, but it doesn't come out quite yet. I have here a Phillips screwdriver that goes in until this can come out. Voila! And it comes apart. So it is a takedown, and it's a fully rifled barrel. See if you can see that or not. Alright, so try and get this into a way that you can actually see down there, and you'll see it's rifled. So it's got a pretty sweet little barrel. So we'll put it back together. Just slides in. We'll thread the screwdriver. Oh, I forgot to mention, the screw fits into a notch right there. It doesn't actually thread into the barrel. It just holds it from twisting around and keeps it so it has a true point. So when you mount your scope or whatnot, it's always going to be the same. So so that gets it in place so the rifle's held together. It doesn't come apart, but yet it still wiggles a little bit. I can wiggle that. That's why I thread this piece forward. It's very much like the papoose that Marlin makes for one of their survival rifles. It's a 22, and the barrel goes on very, very similar. I'm not saying it's the exact same, but it's very, very close. So I made the 1-point hitch that's just on a regular gun mount that I put on the long bolt, and can basically sit like so. Whoops, I almost tripped over the table. So, and then it swings up into place. As you can see, you crank this open, and here I got a little sling off, and you can see the loading bay. It's a oh, I don't know if you can see. Just a second. There you go. So you can see the loading port. It's this little cone in here, and you place a pellet or dart just inside, and then when you close it, it just sits over top. So I use a Prometheus because it's easy to see. It's bright orange. So you'll see me place that. Whoops, that's not what you want to do. It's actually not that hard to load, it's just the way I'm holding it. So it just fits in like so. Then you close it, and now it's ready to shoot. So we'll take out, I don't know if you can see through the scope or not. We'll try. I don't know if you can actually see through there or not, but it's got the mill settings. So it's so hard to catch that angle so you guys can see. But it has the mill settings, so you can count your mills. Anyway, I'll draw a picture of what the sights look like, because I can't show you through the actual gun. But it's got the mills on it. If you don't know what that is, just hold on, I will show you. Alright, so this is what it looks like inside the scope. So I have my crosshairs, and then there are these things called mills, which are these dots. So you can line up your mills to count your windage and distance. So let's say I shoot and I see it hit up here. I can count my mills and then calculate off that, and then set my scope into place and then shoot again. It's a military style scope, and they work very well for plinketing and precision shooting. If you're just trying to hit something big, it doesn't really matter. But if you're trying to get that precision, trying to hit that button on the colonel who's a kilometer away, this is the kind of sights that you probably want. So that's just as best analogy as I can get for it. So yeah, so that's kind of what it looks like on the inside of that scope there. So I was trying to show the down the sights there and just couldn't show inside with the camera. So there you go. That's pretty much what it looks like. Okay. So there's Prometheus. And this will be a lead pellet right here, just below, because my sights weren't actually on target. So I just grazed it. We're shooting at approximately 25 yards. So that's 75 feet. So for a pellet gun, that's pretty good. So there you go. You probably can't even see the pellet hit. But yeah, so that's the QB-57 bullpup air rifle, and I quite like it. It's a good little varmint gun. They say it's going 650 feet per second. It probably is. But I bought it without a PAL in Canada, and I do have a PAL, so if it is shooting over, the cops can't take it from me anyway. But it's probably the reason why I got the deal on it that I did, and why they were so keen on getting them sold. And I haven't seen anything like this since, actually. I don't see very many bullpup rifles at all in Canada, let alone air guns. So thought it was pretty cool. I engraved on the bottom here myself the BP VTR, because that's what I call it, the bullpup varmint tactical rifle. But it is a QB-57 basically. Like I said, there's this is Chinese made. There's another version that's all wood. It's probably a way better gun. I don't know much about it. I think the internals are all the same though. I'm willing to bet the gun itself is the same, just the furnishings are different. This is El Cheapo compared to the nice deluxe wood. But I'll tell you this, it's very, very light. I've heard complaints it's really, really heavy gun. Not for me. This thing's really, really light. I can shoot that. In fact, I will shoot it single-handedly just to prove my point. Now, I'm not going to hit any target, I'm sure. But, because I can't use the scope on it. They had a version that had the sights, but I didn't get that one. I got the one without the sights. And what I did with this is I ground down the rail system, put my own rail system on it, so I could have a better, snug, secure scope that doesn't want to slide along the dovetails. I got the Picatinny Weaver. This is a lot better. Like I said, I put the longer screw bolt in here. And one other thing I hear a lot of problems about is this trigger here. You can see right there, there's not much play in it at all as it is. That's where it's the single action, double action, or whatever you want to call it. That always confuses me. I just call it trigger play. So there's some trigger play there once it gets into the lock point, and then it's actually engaging your trigger system. So you crank this back, and close it. And a lot of people, they think it needs modding and playing around. Well, I'll tell you this, there's no trigger play whatsoever. The minute I start pulling that, it's already starting to disengage. For hell of it, I'll do a firing demonstration. I'll put a pellet in there and shoot in a safe direction into the ground just to show you. And I'll do it left-handed so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Here we go. So, I'll just back up a little bit. Okay, watch my finger. See what I mean? It shot about there. So there's about a 1/4 inch of pull until the actual gun goes off. I got no complaints about that. If you need a hairpin trigger, I don't know, I've got one gun that's like that, but I prefer a little bit of pull on your trigger personally. Have a little bit of poundage on it, so that way if it just snags on a twig, it's less likely to go off. So I'll go for that rat again. And this time I'll try and shoot a dart at the backboard there. Ooh, I hit the can, so that dart actually dropped quite low. So, probably because the hairs got caught and it sent it almost in a spin, sort of. So, I don't know. Probably got to push the darts in a little deeper. So, I just went through the hole in that propane can there. We'll go hit that hanging water jug. And I'll hit that can one more time. Oh, I actually missed. Which... I hit the same spot. So it's shooting really far to the left now. I think we got some scope drifting. Here, I'll aim over to the left, so we're hitting to the right of it. Yeah, we're shooting right. So I need to do a scope adjustment now. Need to move it left. Just did a just shy of a 1/4 turn on my thing, which should move it about 2 inches at least. That's sort of a rough guess. Let's see if we're hitting square now. Oh, still off. We're shooting through. So, do another almost a 1/4 inch to the left. So we're shooting to the right, so we're trying to bring it this way. There we go. Do one more, just to make sure. Yeah, it's drifting a tiny bit. This gun does have a heavy recoil spring, so it's going to drift your scopes a tiny bit. Once you lock it down, and you'll get quite a few shots until you need to adjust it again. It's possible I've changed the, well, I don't know. I kind of doubt I've warmed up the barrel actually, but it's possible. There we go. That looks center. So, I don't know. That's my, what you call a Ruebel QB-57. And, yeah, I'm happy enough with it for $120. It's pretty decent. I'm going $650 with it. And, I've got a couple that are definitely more high-powered and more accurate to some degree, but you know, for those were about $300 in price. So for in comparison, you're getting what you pay for. I think this is a pretty interesting buy. I wouldn't say it's like it's for everyone. It's definitely more for the connoisseur air gunner. Balance-wise, really nice. It balances right on this point right there. So you got this big heavy spring in here that's counterbalancing all of this. So pretty much it is well balanced. I'm just holding it so it doesn't fall over. But it's nicely balanced right there. So to shoot it single-handedly, it does work. So yeah, I don't know. I'll show you the other side. And there we go. So I don't know. Don't really have anything else to say about it other than I'm sure there's more mods I can do to it. Yeah, there's a 22 barrel I can get for it, so that might be something I'll look for. Yeah, and there's of course a suitcase that this fits into, but I do not have. Okay, so we're going to zoom in on this rat now. There. So I got a pellet in there, and I'll move in to my spot where I was standing. I hit him. That would have been a kill shot for sure. Got him right up behind the shoulder. Hard to see exactly where I'm hitting from my distance. So, okay, I put a couple in there. You can see the one there in the back leg and one in the front, right behind the front shoulder. Try and get center mass here. Yeah, so I hit him in the ass again. So, teeny wee bit to the right. I'll aim for the head and see if I hit shoulder. Yeah, I'm not sure where that went. That might have been the same spot on that leg. I'll do one more. Then we'll go in on the bell. Oh yeah. I hit him up, I think there on the above the back. So got a little bit of fine tuning to do, but as far as power goes, I'm pretty happy with it. Woo! Oh shit! I should be wearing safety glasses. I had a pellet just whiz right by my head on ricochet. And I'm hitting right there on that same spot. It's hitting high. So I'll go a little bit lower. Yeah. So, anyway, we'll see what else we can hit here. Alright. So, got the can. So, a lot of people like put this against their leg and crank it. I got my 1-point hitch right here, so I just place it against my chest and crank it. It's got a stiff spring in there. Has a really stiff spring, so it's just something to keep in mind. So I'm going to shoot a PBA gold. This right here is a 10 karat gold pellet. It's zinc with gold plating. Shh. Damn roosters are bantering. Okay, so this PBA gold is going to be a little bit lighter. There you go. You can hear it slower. Definitely a slower even. I heard the click to bing as to a lead one. You see what I mean? It's like, this goes click, that goes bing. And that PBA Raptors took forever to get down there. So, these guys are kind of slow too. This is a Prometheus. So, that one quick actually, but alright, let's try a dart. So I'm going to go yellow dart on the backboard there. I want it to catch into wood so I can get it back. So, let's see what we got. I'll go for the rat, just for the hell of it. So where that went, I'm not sure. I'll fire one more dart, just for good measure. I'm going to aim for that water jug. Oh, I missed. Okay. So, we'll go and take a look at these, the darts here, and just see. Oh, no, I missed. So, the darts aren't all that accurate. I don't even see it. So where it went is a mystery. So here's one of them Prometheus. Stuck in there, yellow. And fired a dart over here. I think I lost it too. So I don't really like shooting the darts unless I got a really good backdrop. It's possible to get caught up in here, but I don't know. I think I completely missed what I was aiming at with the darts. They're not as, I guess they're not as accurate as those pellets. I find pellets work best, of course. But I don't see the dart at all. So, neither of them. So I think I lost them. They were both yellow, so I could find them easily too. So, but anyway, here's what the Prometheus do. So they get stuck in like so. Now they're saying that gun shoots 650 feet per second. Not sure if that's 100% accurate or not. I haven't chronoed it, but they're saying 650. And that might be one of the reasons why it's so hard to find this gun in Canada. In fact, I couldn't even find one online. It was very hard. I finally did, but it was nothing like the one I've got. It's like I got Jude when I bought mine, actually. But anyway, I got it all fixed up, so it's nice. Hey, here's the dart. Just found it. So that's the one I was shooting at the can, and it got stuck into the post here. So I missed, and I was aiming for the water jug, and it got hung up in here. So I got one. Yeah, I guess I don't know, I'll do a little bit more plinking. So yeah, there you go. You've got the dart, and you can reuse them. That's the nice thing about these. Prometheus. Dead center now. One more. And we'll go a lead wad cutter. Wad cutter being the flat-headed lead pellet. So there you go, that's the QB-57 from Ruebel, and 177 side crank air gun, and one I quite like. Bullpup, can't beat it.